Hi everyone, it is March 26, 2015. France moves to make conspiracy theories illegal by government decree. Political elites and super bureaucrats are worried it's becoming harder to control consensus reality. So, if you just want that consensus reality, which is mainstream media, if you just want to have your lies accepted and only your lies told, if you just want only the propaganda of your government to be reported to the public, what do? You outlaw any, any, any information that goes contrary to what the government wants reported. That's how you do it. This is very scary. And coming from a guy who actually, just in January, got together with so many leaders of the world, gathering in Paris and chanting, Je suis Charlie. And all of that was to protect free speech? Really? Many of us have been saying, what you're hearing, just insert the opposite. The opposite is true. The opposite is the truth. What you're hearing from all of these leaders are lies. It is so outrageous. So now, that was just in January. Now, a couple of months later, he wants to ban and make illegal all conspiracy theories. Anything counter to the official narrative will be illegal. Wow. Putting aside history's big ticket items, though, which are the lies and the cover-ups and the political assassinations and sleight of hand false flag deceptions and secret societies and dual loyalties and stolen fortunes, which has been the exclusive privilege of organized crime and the ruling elite for centuries. Putting all of that aside, what the real reason is to knock out their intellectual competition. Political elites and their media moguls hope to minimize and thus eliminate any alternative analysis and opinion by applying the completely open-ended and arbitrary label of extremist to speech. They want to wind back the clock where a pre-internet monolithic corporate media cartel held a monopoly on ideas. They're losing their monopoly. More and more people in Western nations are waking up to these criminals, and they have to stop it. So they have to make speech illegal. That speech, which goes contrary to the speech they want reported. It is unbelievable. And, we've had so many of our quote unquote leaders come out, and I'm talking to not just Americans, I'm talking to Brits and Aussies and Scots and the French and others, Spaniards and Italians and all of us. They are putting us into a tight tyranny of their control. We're all losing all of our rights to these very sick, disturbed, crazy people. But it was David Cameron who publicly announced on 2 separate occasions that all of these so-called conspiracy theories, anything which challenges the official orthodoxy, should be deemed as extremist and equivalent to terrorist and should be purged from society on the grounds of national security. Really, if we're all so crazy, if we're just these crazy nut jobs, why are we such an amazing threat to you? We're just crazy. Ignore us. If conspiracy theorists don't know what they're talking about, if they're just spouting out these crazy ideas, if we don't have any facts and evidence to support what we're saying, why are we such an amazing threat? Because we do have facts and evidence to support what we are saying. Yes, Conspiracy theorists are the root cause and indeed an equal threat to national security. But not like ISIS, David, not like ISIS. They're a threat to your national security because we threaten the official narrative, because we threaten you, because we expose you as the liar you are, as the criminal you are. That's why you have to use the power of your position to silence us. That's why Hollande has to make criminal conspiracy theories, because it is the conspiracy theorists who are actually exposing these people for what they are. Criminals. Criminals, tyrannical criminals. And lest you forget, our own president recently publicly equated conspiracy theorists with extremists. The same president signed the National Defense Authorization Act in 2012, allowing for the indefinite detention of American citizens without due process on the suspicion of being a quote-unquote extremist, conspiracy theorist, extremist. This is what the leaders of Western nations are doing now. They're doing everything they possibly can to make sure that the truth does not go any further. And we're reaching people. We are reaching people by continually trying to wake them up, bring facts and evidence to them about all of the conspiracies that these leaders are engaged in to bring in the new world order, to destroy our sovereignty and all of our rights, to make us slaves for the elite. This is happening. And they're unfortunately rolling out every agenda with such rapidity it is head spinning. Right now, it's happening. And don't think for one second that these Western leaders don't decide what leader is going to take a tyrannical action in their country just to see if it's a success. And if it's a success, like this, Hollande calling for conspiracy theories to be illegal, if it's a success, it will roll out in all of our nations. It is so sad that we're at this point, but we are. We are. And you guys in France, I hope you fight like hell to make sure that your psychopathic leader doesn't get away with this.